Hi everyone.
Hi.
So we are here as a group and we are going to share out our different findings on different cultures relating to the food. And after that we are going to identify similarities and similarities and differences in different cultures. So let's first introduce ourselves. So my name is Wise Roger and I'm here with
Dan Bambane.
and with
I'm the David here.
Okay, so let's start our discussion by defining some terms that are used in anthropology. So the first one is acculturation. So acculturation is the process whereby people learn the culture of their group and they become familiar with it. So things they learn during this process includes their language, some cultural values, and also customs. So the second term that I'm going to define is symbol. So symbol is really an object or a sound that someone gives, that the person gives a meaning, a special meaning to it. So, for example, you can see in different flags, like in the flag of Rwanda, there is a sun. So that's one example, a symbol. So I would like to invite Amina Dao to also define some terms.
Okay, thank you, Roger. For the term that I want to explain is the ritual and ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism. Ritual is a repetitive action that in society they used to do. For example, going to church, that is a ritual, one example of ritual, because people, they keep doing that, they keep going to church every day. Also, ethnocentrism, you can say that it is the way the people in society, they believe that their own culture, they are superior than any other culture. They always want every person to join their culture because they feel that it is a good part.
Let me talk about cultural relativity. This is the omission of ethnocentric ideas that one may have in order to comprehend and increase his knowledge about or understanding about a certain culture. This provides or helps someone to comprehend a culture in a good way, in a better way. Another thing is subculture. Subculture is an ethnic group which has some particular rituals and or some beliefs that are different in society. You know, for example, in Kenya, there is an ethnic group called Kikuyu. They have got their particular beliefs or religious or language or rituals which are different from the society of Kenya. So these are the two terms that I had to discuss about in terms that are used in anthropology.
Thank you very much. Maybe you can go on and start by talking about the summary of the different cultures that we have made in our work here. Let us start by me, myself. We start talking about tailgates. Tailgates, normally in 80s, there was no fast food restaurant, and the people used to go to watch the big games, and they had to go with their own food. So this period, the families they used to cook great food like beef and homemade biscuits, and also they go with the jug of tea or limonade. Yeah, limonade juice. This is because there was no restaurant at that time. before the match starts, before the game starts, especially football, they have to go around the stadium, and then share their own food with friends and family before the game starts. Currently, in no, not currently, but later in 19th century, these people they use the food that they used to have. In 19th century, they changed food to come back. Uh, they change food to hot dogs, chickens, sausage. Uh, also, for these people, they like to also use this kind of food in when they are going in picnics. They used to cook the food and then go with it in their own picnic. The second, culture that they have read is about poaching. Yeah, poaching from people who were in the Western Pacific and America. These people poaching was their social occasion for for the host to raise their own honor in society. In poaching, they used to do poaching when they had birth, when the family has birth, and in terms of naming tribes, in terms of funeral, when daughter has a menstrual period, first menstrual period, they used to do that act of portrait, portrait. For the people who are very rich, they invite local people and also people from outside the society, like other tribes. But for the people who were not rich or who required to invite people from local. And during this period, they used to eat fish and also seal meat. For people from Flint, yeah, that is one phrase that they use. That use this food church called Flint. They say that at the end of the funeral, when somebody died, at the end of the funeral, they had to celebrate his life by doing that action, potlatch. Here, they used to have competition between in the village. For example, one village from one part and another village from another part, they had to meet and then they do a competition in terms of making fun and celebrating the life of the person who has passed away. For example, if the person who passed away was a husband, the family of his wife had to come and then prepare the body, and then in order to bury it when it is clean. Yeah, and during this period, this action is done. Actually, that action was banned because government and missionaries in Canada and America, they found that that action was wasting, for act of wasting. But during this period, they use it when it is a marriage, when it is a funeral, as it was before, when it is in graduation, yeah, and when someone had a birth, or when it is a naming, they used to do it, but they don't have to spend as they did previously when it was beginning. Thank you.
I've got a question. You said at burial, when a husband dies, his wife or children, they had just to do something. But what in particular, what food in particular they eat a special food, there must be anything. Huh?
Yeah.
For example of such food, well,
Okay. As I said, that period they used to eat fish and also seal meat. Yeah, with seal oil. That was the kind of food they used to eat.
Also, thank you really for your good research. So I would like to ask a question. Like you said that people used to carry food to the stadium, cooked food from home, but they changed to hamburgers and sausages and hot dog. Why did they really change?
Yeah, I think the period goes on, went on, there was improvement of food. And because the food that they took at stadium, it was not a cooked food as usual. It was a grilled one that they put over the fire, putting water in.
roasted.
Yeah, roasted food. Yeah, that was the kind of food they used to take. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's move on to the next to talk about the research I've carried. So for me, I studied two cultures. So the first one is Hindu. So the Hindu culture. So in Hindu, there are two foods which are given special importance. The first one is rice. This is because rice is considered as a sign of prosperity. And also another food that they give, which is very important to them, is coconut. So coconuts, for them, like it is very hard, so it's symbolizes sustenance. So when the rituals they do while eating that food, for example, in their wedding, Hindu wedding, there is a time where the invitees, the people who are invited in the wedding, they throw rice to the groom and bride. This is considered as if they are giving them a blessing. So it's like we wish you all the prosperity, we wish you all the good things. So they do that, in order to wish them all the good things for that new family. Also, that's really, for me, when I was studying this culture, it showed me that Hindus really give importance to, being able to prosper. Like, they give it like, it's a very important thing to be able to prosper, and also they like to have fun together, because in their wedding, they invite all the kind of friends, neighbors, and shit. And also they like to have fun, because you can see grown-up people throwing rice to other people. So it's like a game. So yeah, it's really kind of fun. So it shows that in the culture they like to have fun. Yeah, and they'll also be able to share among them something that's like eating food. So another culture I studied is the Pennsylvania Dutch community. So in this culture they have their special meals. So they have a lot of special foods. Like they call them all Pennsylvania Dutch food. So it carries the name of their community. So in this culture, they eat, like at the beginning of the year, they eat pork, they do it as a way to, to wish themselves luck, good luck during the whole year. So they make all the family of all the Pennsylvania community, they have to make sure that at the new year, they have to eat milk so that they can have good luck in that year. Also, they eat things in different times, like in the summer, they eat something which is different to the things they eat in the springtime. This is because in all these times, there is something they are expecting to harvest. So, like in the summer, they cook pickled lima beans and cauliflowers. So this is because they are expecting to harvest those those agricultural products in that period of the year they are going to start. So when they eat it, it's like they are wishing themselves a good harvest in that period of the year. So when they have already cooked the fruit, they invite their neighbors and friends and they share. Also, another good thing about this culture is that the food is not only prepared by women, like in many other cultures, but all people in the family, they come together, the father, the mother, and the kids, very excited, and they cook the food, and after cooking a very tasty food, they invite their friends and they share everything. So if you really have any question, so
I have a question for you. Is there anything that separates you of cultures?
Yes, I was really surprised. Imagine you are at a wedding, like in the hill, you are dressed, you are very smart, and some people start to throw rice to the groom and the bride. You see, you will get your shirt will be, So you see, it's kind of fun, but also I wouldn't really like to get my shirt being dirty because they are throwing food to other people. But still, it's kind of amazing. Thank you for your question.
Welcome.
Okay, I just want to ask you this question. From the second culture that we talked about, Pennsylvania, you said that they do it at the harvesting day. I was confusing if they do it at the beginning of the year or if they do it at the end of the year.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I said, they do it before the start of the year, and also they do it before the start of each period, like the summer, spring, at the beginning of the spring, and also at the beginning of the spring. Thank you. So, then it's your time to share with us what you discovered.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for all the information you've been sharing. I too read about Hawaiian culture and Japanese culture. Both cultures had important food that I take as special according to history of their culture. In Hawaii, there is what they call Hawaiian poi, and this poi is got from by grinding the root called taro. There's taro vegetables, root of vegetables that they grind to get this poi. So some people think that poi is the most nutritious starches in all over the world, on the planet. So they think it's the most tasty food ever. And this poi, according to their culture, they believe that when poi is presented on a table for consumption, their ancestors are present on the table, you know. So they think that whenever poi is presented on the table just for consumption, their ancestors are present for dinner. Another thing is that this food is so important in Hawaiian culture because they think that it brings the family together, you know. It brings family together. Those people around the village, neighboring people, they come together and share their tasty food ever. And to the point of history, I think this boy, it's been just a long time ago that they had this taro roots. If I say taro, from taro roots we have poi, because they green it. They green, so they can, with water, they just mix with water just to get this poi. So they had this from the ancient times, many years ago, and they think that the taro root has made their ancestors. Talking about the Japanese, also such about their important food, which is the Japanese rice. This Japanese rice is very important to the Japanese for different reasons, and rice is embedded in their culture for the different aspects in their culture or history. Japanese, whenever you see Japanese with their meal or breakfast, you will find a small portion of rice. Yeah, the rice for them is taken as a snack. You know, at every meal, if the Japanese just take a meal 3 times a day, at each meal there must be rice. You know why? Rice, they consider this rice as important. For example, in their back in their history, men, when in the World War II, men went to the battle. Then men and the children could not take rice. They had to take other meat other than rice, because rice was for the men who went for war. Now they could take millet or other kinds of food apart from rice. So this fact shows that rice in Japan is very important, you know. And another thing in their religious beliefs or customs, one function of the priest in Japan was to grow rice and the other compatible products to rice, so that they could just sustain the last span of rice in Japan. So if you have a question, please arise.
Okay, I have a question, Dan. For this last talk you said about Japanese rice, and you said that when the men went on at the battle, the children, the wife, they didn't have to eat rice.
Sure.
I think that was a kind of being greedy, because if you are not one that don't have to eat what we used to eat, I think that is a ability to you, because I don't have to eat it.
You know what? Yeah, I got a question, but I don't think it's a kind of greedy or being greedy, because if they know that rice gives energy and they encourage people to have characters at the patrol, there's no reason to say that they are greedy, since wives and the children, according to their custom, they believe that this rice, let's give this rice to people at war. So we can take millet and other kinds of food. So it was a kind of custom, not being greedy, no man.
So I also have a question. Really research is kind of interesting. Like, do Japanese really eat rice from other countries? Or it's only they consider their rice to be superior to other rice, or they can eat?
Yeah, for sure. If I was to judge their culture, I would say that they are ethnocentric. No, they are not just a kind of ethnocentrism because they believe that their rice is the best. You know what? And from the Japan, they had a name, their former indigenous name. It was suggesting a land of rice, a land of rice. No, so that means they cannot consume rice from other countries because they take theirs as sufficient.
So, yeah, maybe one last question. Do you see that this culture of Japan will change, like over this period of time? Maybe how people in the past used to eat rice? Is it the same? The same amount? Do they still eat food at breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Okay. I did not have this kind of information about how the former Japanese consumed rice and the current situation. But what I can assure you is that unless Japan had scarcity, that is when they won't be able to consume the rice. But if they have their rice at with the quantity demanded, which is at high level, I don't think they will consume any other food apart from their Japanese rice. Since you've talked about different terminologies that are used in culture anthropology, and the different culture that we studied, let's talk about our own culture. So let's begin with Aminata.
Okay, thank you very much. In our own culture, Rwandan culture, especially in the wedding, there is some culture that we always repeat. This is it's called secretion ceremony that we call Pikurula. I know you are familiar with that.
Yeah.
With that term. Yeah. During this period, there is a food we used to take here in Rwanda. Every wedding, they have to use it, and that is called a milk. Yeah, milk is one that they took it as special because milk can kill diseases. Milk can do everything. Yeah, when you are pregnant, you can drink milk and then get cured. Yeah. For in terms of wedding, here in Rwanda we use milk to show prosperity and wealth to the young married people. This time of seclusion ceremony, also the family and friends, they go at the new home, the married couple, to wish them the prosperity and wealth when they are providing milk, when they are sharing milk.
Both family or boys and girls, they go to their house.
Yeah.
With the bread and milk.
Yeah, they go in the new home of their young couple. Yeah. Thank you. I think if you have another question, you can ask.
No, possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's introduce from question now.
Okay. So thank you. So we are from Rwanda. So our culture is in Rwanda. So the thing for me I want to talk about is a celebration called Muganwa. Muganwa is much like Thanksgiving Day in the US. Like in this time, Rwandans come together, to celebrate the harvest and to thank God for, providing them health and wealth. So in this time, really, people from all classes of the society come together. Like, for example, people who are rich, here in Rwanda, people who have cows are considered rich. So those people who have cows, they bring milk. Like Onagara has said, in our culture, we make is given a very important, a special importance. So we they bring milk. During that ceremony, they bring the milk and sorghum. So they eat sorghum and while drinking milk. So they enjoy together and we have a good time together.
Okay.
So they really do this in order to maintain their unity, the unity of the people.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Constant?
Yeah.
Okay.
What they see of that action?
yeah. So actually they do this action in order to to show solidarity to each other and show that even if we are different, but we are the same people. Like also the king attends this event and he shares drinks and food with all his citizens. So it's really a good moment to show unity that the people are united even if we are different.
Yeah, well, that was long time ago. Where we had a king.
Yeah.
Today, we have to meet.
So today they celebrate it differently. The people go to the stadium, and the president. Sometimes the president is there, so he is the one who directs all the events. Who opens who opens the ceremony, or another government official, a higher government official attends. So it's the same thing. They also share sorghum and milk, but they borrowed something from the Western world. Like they drink Fanta and other drinks, alcoholic drinks, which are from the Western part. So really, there's something that are really changed. Okay. Thank you.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah, yes.
My turn. The cultural style in Rwanda is called Urunyano. Ono Unyano. This is the ritual in Rwanda, which is held to give a name to a newborn baby. So the young children, the kids are invited in the community. Then they gather together. They are given an activity that they have to perform together as the children. After such activity was just to cultivate, to sweep the room, to fetch water, and so forth. And wrapping up the activity, they had to wash their hands, and they were given some food crop like maize, like potatoes, like cassava, and so forth. So with meat, And after eating, they had to sing a song wishing a good luck to the newborn baby. So after that, they would suggest different names like Tofi, like Nadab, like Roger. So they wish the newborn would be given such a name. So after that, the remarkable thing that the mother of the newborn baby would then do is to not stand up where she was laying. You know what? If she could stand up without her child or her newborn baby fat, or urinate, it could be just giving her a bad luck, and he or she could immediately die. He or she could immediately die. So that was a bad luck that would be given to the newborn baby.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question from what you come to present. In that, you say that if the mother gave up without her baby to
fight or urinate,
the baby will die. I think it's nothing to not impossible. It can live.
Okay, that's a traditional ritual, but currently, I don't know if in Rwanda there are more people who are practicing it, but there are some traditions that I banned like that one, but the ritual of giving a child name called Unyano is still there. But I was told this by aged people over 70 years old, you know, and in fact, I too can't imagine how a mother standing up could mean that she's giving her baby a bad luck and die. So it is taken as a cultural custom, but there could be something just as a bad fate to the newborn baby. Yeah.
So I also have a question. Did I hear when you said that Unyano was only eaten by children? Is it true?
It was not eaten by only children, but there were some other people who are adults. There were other people around the village, neighboring village, and mostly because the event was for the newborn baby, just a kid at the 8th day of from her birth or for his birthday. So the Unyano was eaten by mostly children, but the aged people were also present at the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could even share some kind of food. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we are going also to share some similarities and differences of this culture of shared have in common. So I would like to start first. So like for me, in all these cultures I've studied, I found that all these activities or tradition related to food, they really revolve around bringing people together. You know, they bring people together, and those people are there to have good time. Okay, so it really shows me that all cultures really respect being able to, to connect with one another, and also being able to help one. So it's really for food is really something people use in order to have fun. So a difference I found is that some cultures really have some really give a lot of meaning to their tradition. So like in Hindu, you see they give a lot of value like to rice, but in Uganda they don't really give anything like for example they don't say rice symbolize prosperity. No, there's nothing like that. And also in Pennsylvania Dutch community, for them it's all about making food which is tasty, and also for their culture that's borrowed from other cultures. So they really, some cultures have different things.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Me too, I found that most of the culture, most of the food that they used to eat in the culture, they had the same purpose. The same purpose was to put people together, people from far away, people from near. They had to meet and then discuss and then share ideas and make fun. Also, I found that some culture their food symbolizes something. As you say, rice is symbolizes prosperity. Yeah. Also here in Rwanda, they say milk symbolizes milk and prosperity. Yeah, you see that some culture they have something that symbolizes something that symbolizes something. Yeah. For the difference, I found that some culture will die and they have done there. Yeah. Some cultures will die and they have done them. For example, for the culture that I have said of cleaning, the one that for portraits where they have done them because it was one stage communities, wastage of food. Yeah, but there are other places that keep growing, like the culture that we have here in Ghana, drinking milk, they want food, rice, in Japan. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay. If to talk about community that is from the country that I live, I would say about the important food in Japan and the Hawaii. The two food are taken as a symbol, as we previously said, as a sign of prosperity and wealth to people. So the two important foods in the Bofu culture I take as it brings the families together. People share food and it increases their relationship as well. That's the common thing. And if I'm to talk about the community also in between the Hawaiian Hoi and the Rwandan culture, I would say that people from Hawaii, they believe that if the poi was present at the table for consumption, they believe that their ancestor was present. Also Rwandans believe that when they presented meat, the milk, their ancestors was also present, and they took it as thanking to their ancestors that they have harvested. They have harvested a big quantity of crops that they have cultivated. About the difference is that people from Japan, when men went to the battle, some rights were reserved for only men, you know. But when talking about Hawaiian people, they had no part for such kind of people. They had just to sit and share all the food and the wrap it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for a good discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.